And to our hardworking team at WPDE who tirelessly orchestrate this event, I extend my heartfelt appreciation. This annual gathering connects us, brings together past and present monthly award recipients, and fosters a community of collaboration and support. To all of our attendees, thank you for being a part of this journey, and I ask that you return and join us in the years to come. I also must recognize Jennifer Abney, our anchor at WPDE, and our talented team of photojournalists who skillfully tell these impactful stories each month. Their dedication ensures that the narratives of these change makers is shared far and wide. Our partnership with Multiplying Good stands as a cornerstone of our station's endeavors. It provides us with a platform to amplify the voices of those doing extraordinary work, thereby inspiring others to follow suit. Once again, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our Jefferson Award recipients. Your unwavering commitment to effecting positive change serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for us all. Thank you. And first, now I would like to introduce, it's my pleasure to introduce Rick Elliott, our sponsor, CEO and President of Elliott Realty. Thank you.
Thank you so much and welcome everyone. And it's our pleasure to be here today. Elliott Realty appreciates this opportunity to support our local community members who take the time to give back. Each year, the Jefferson Awards recognizes remarkable people. It is great to be here today with others who are passionate about philanthropy, giving back, doing good, and putting others above self. As stewards, we are reminded of the Bible verse in Luke, "For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required." Multiplying Good and the Jefferson Award was founded over 50 years ago to put the good back in the narrative. They have been honoring individuals who put others first because they have seen firsthand the power of recognition. Our Elliott family, those of us, many are here today, proud to support all of you here today, who have chosen to give back as a way of life. Today, you all are winners because you care. You give and you are selfless. Your volunteerism is recognized, appreciated, valued, and cherished. Thank you all.
And I just want to also second what Mary Margaret said. We thank you, Rick, and all of your team at Elliott. Because of you, we do get to keep sharing these amazing stories. And I'll tell you, I've said this to many of you, this is one of my very favorite parts of my job. I get to share stories of people who are just literally multiplying good for no reason other than they just have a servant's heart. So we have that condition flowing through this room today. So many servants' hearts, and we're so thankful for the difference that you all make in our community and for allowing us to share your story with our viewers. I'd like to take a moment also and introduce Dan Hoppy. He is Executive Director for Multiplying Good from South Carolina, and he too has a big heart, and you also have a very big mission. So we thank you for allowing us to come along and be a small part of that.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for allowing me to spend just a couple minutes with you today. As Jennifer said, I have the honor and privilege, and I say that all the time, it is an honor and a privilege to serve as the Executive Director of Multiplying Good here in South Carolina. You know, as Mr. Elliott said, Multiplying Good has been around for 52 years. 1972, we started as a national organization originally known as the Jefferson Awards Foundation. And it was just an opportunity to take a look at the amazing individuals in our country who are making impactful differences. Jefferson Award winners similar to Paul Newman, Oprah Winfrey, Peyton Manning, Shaquille O'Neal, some of these most amazing individuals around our nation who do great things, just like you in the room today, making those impactful differences right here in our local community. So on behalf of the national organization in the state of South Carolina, I want to congratulate each of you on all the work and the amazing, impactful differences you're making right here in our community. You know, Multiplying Good is more than just the Jefferson Awards. We had the opportunity several years ago to add a couple of additional services and programs, and one of those is known as our Students in Action program. This is where we have the opportunity to work with our youth, specifically high school age students, and teach them what good leadership looks like. Let me ask you a question. For those of you in the room today, how many of you, raise a hand, can tell me you witnessed really good leadership, right? You've probably seen it. But how many of you also witnessed really bad leadership, right? I mean, we all can say we've seen that at some level. So we put ourselves in a position where we can work with our youth to show them what good leadership looks like and do it through the lens of service, where they're out there making impactful differences just like you in their communities. And I'm actually really excited to be able to share with you, we have with us today one of our Students in Action teams, members of Conway High School Students in Action team, who were last year's regional winners here in the Grand Strand, are with us. Conway High School students, I'd ask you to please stand and let's recognize the amazing work you've done. So again, thank you all for the work you're doing at the youth level. I also want to recognize I have two of my board members with me today, Ms. Cecilia Evans with Bank of America and Ms. Jennifer Abney with WPDE. Without their support, we couldn't do what we do from a Multiplying Good growth, sustainability, and awareness standpoint. All right, that's enough about me. Let's talk about our next guest, and that is Mr. Luke Sharp. I had the chance to actually have lunch with Luke yesterday. He spoke to some of our change makers who are also making a difference in raising awareness for Multiplying Good. Luke has an amazing story, and I'm not even going to do justice to try and tell you that story. There's a wonderful video that we're going to show right now that's going to introduce Luke's story, the differences and impact he's making, and what also led him to be a National Jefferson Award winner last year. I had the great honor of traveling to New York with Jennifer and Luke and witnessing that moment when Luke won the national award. So with further ado, we'll show the video on Luke. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for your contributions to our community.
What a human can do with a disability or not can blow your mind. And you just got to give people an opportunity to make something that's impossible possible, right?
Luke Sharp is doing just that through the Adaptive Surf Project in Horry County.
Like all the surfers are like, little blonde dudes that are talking about shrimp and stuff. Some are like people in a motorized wheelchair that have just as much fun surfing, right?
Sharp says the inspiration for this mission came from his dear friend and fellow surfer, Rob Johnson, who had to learn to surf again in a new way after an accident left him a quadriplegic.
This actually came from my buddy Rob Johnson. He started an event called Will to Surf, where you take individuals with disability surfing. It's modeled after like the Line Girls On event out in like California and stuff. And Rob is a surfer. Actually, he's a professional surfer now who surfs in the adaptive division in international surfing events.
The Wheel to Surf events became a huge draw, with people driving from Ohio to Pennsylvania just to be able to surf for 30 minutes. Specifically built surfboards that accommodate people with a range of disabilities. The movement took off and has grown larger than Sharp and his fellow surfers could have ever imagined.
It's hard for me to put into words what happened. It went from being just an organization that took people surfing to a community. And we work with our partner group, Coastal Adaptive Sports, with wheelchair basketball and adaptive cycling and many other things to do with wheelchair softball and things like that.
So talk to me though about the transformation that you see in people when you give them the ability to do something that they can just thought was never possible for them. What does that look like?
That's also where we're going to have. Basically, sometimes it's just more common to be in a situation to have a parent disability or they have to have all life or whatever. But when someone shows the beach and sees people surfing in the same conditions they're in, it's like the world is like, why do you do that?
And opening up the world is exactly what this group is trying to do, literally.
So we got invited to Columbia, South America, and we went down there, we just flew the group down. We helped start adaptive surfing in Cartagena. We had partners in Costa Rica. They were able to use the government of Costa Rica to make a beach that's fully accessible. And they have a big billboards, this first accessible beach in Central America. And then the government of Cartagena in Colombia did the same thing.
Back here at home, the goal is similar. to make the beach accessible for everyone, no matter your ability.
Our goal is to put a beach wheelchair on every pier on the East Coast. We've got 2 of them so far, like 1,000 years old. Now, we're going to do it. Surfside works with us and Surfside Foundation to put a ramp on 30th Avenue South. And in Northborough Beach, we donated, I think it was $7,000 or $8,000 to Northborough Beach, and they put mats down on beach accesses. Now, the DHEC regulations don't allow these mats to go very far past the dunes. I would like to have mats that go all the way to the high tide line. And we're not there yet.
Sharp is quick to point out that it takes an army of volunteers in the water and on the beach to keep their mission afloat. And that's what motivates him most of all.
Sorry. That's the thing. It's like, you know, it started with just a few surfers, like Brock, and now there's 100 people that signed up last time, signed up to surf, and 100 volunteers that came to help them and stuff. To me, you're all special and amazing people. I'm just blessed and happy, and whatever word it is, to be part of this amazing community.
I'm just honored to be around all you amazing people who are here to be a force for good. And every time I hear your stories, it reminds us that kindness and love have a chance to triumph. If you think about it, this beautiful, miraculous sinking ship that we all call life, we realize something, that in this life, there's one thing, and that is all we have is each other. You know, and you see the multiplying good, their symbols of ripple, right? It's a wave, right? And it's talking about if we can all band together and work together, that wave can spread all over the world. I believe that us humans cannot thrive or survive without help. I feel like that we are faced with a binary decision of whether to give in to intolerance and tribalism or to practice kindness and inclusion. You folks tonight are forces for good. And I say this a lot of times when I talk to people. And in the grand scheme of things, all that's going to matter is how we treat each other. That's all that's going to matter. Love is all that matters in the end. We started the Adaptive Surf Project because we love surfing and we love our friends. And we wanted to include them in surfing. Friends of ours that happened to have a disability. We wanted to make the waves accessible. What we quickly found out is that the world is not as accessible as it needs to be. That there are barriers to getting on beaches and offices and apartments and all these public spaces that we experience love and joy. And we wanted to break down those barriers so that all of us are included, that everybody's included, that no one's left out. And really, that's what we're all here about. Whatever you're doing, you know, what Kate is doing at Fresh Brew, you know, she's helping, making sure that people that we think invisible, homeless people that people just walk past and don't pay any attention to, have food and clothing. You know, these are human beings. You know, I've gotten to be good friends with Jacob, and he's helped us with the Adaptive Surf Project with his Waymakers, and it's beautiful. I took some of our buddies, my buddy Brock, hiking, and we went through a trail, and he was this Waymaker. That's a space that he was not able to be in because of you, because of what you've done, and that's what it's all about. You know, there's all these different 501c3s and organizations and stuff like that, but you know what? There's really only one organization. All of us are a part of the same organization, this human organization. And if we can just look past the differences that separate us and be able to embrace people that are different than us and have different views and opinions and work together for one common good. The common good is to spread love and to spread kindness. Then we can change the world. It means all of us banding together. And today, you know, when I was here a year ago, and I sat and listened to the 11 other stories, and I was blown away by the fact that all these people are doing amazing things, and I felt very insignificant. And they called my name to win the award. I felt like a fraud because Adaptive Surf Project takes hundreds of people to do what we do. You know, there's this funny thing everybody talks about, like, this is like an analogy. You know, it's about Ringo Starr. Someone said, Ringo Starr is the best drummer in the world. And the comeback is always, he wasn't even the best drummer for the Beatles, you know. Paul McCartney can play drums better than Ringo Starr. I feel like that. I feel like in my organization, the Adaptive Surf Project, there's like 11 people I can think of that deserve the award more than me. But when all of you that won this award tonight, you know, 12 of you won the monthly award. And one of you is going to win this regional award and go to New York City, and then people are going to win further awards. And I don't want you to feel like a fraud, like I feel. and I'll tell you why. Because in the years since winning this award, our organization has grown and improved. And the connections I've made with you people has changed us and has made us be able to help more people. We have some legitimacy now. When I talk to city officials and politicians, and we're trying to work on getting, you know, spaces accessible for humans that happen to have disabilities, I have some credibility now. And, you know, I don't want to talk too long. I just want to give you a little bit of what it was like in New York. And I was sitting there talking to Clay, and I was telling him, well, you know, what it was like. It was like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. All the regional Jefferson Awards from all the country were together. And we were like taking buses and doing tours. We're all hanging out together, you know, kind of thing. Kind of wondering who's going to get the Chocolate Factory. And they get, and I'm going to tell you this too, at the award ceremony, at the end, it's really fancy. There's a lot of people there. It's like celebrities and stuff. But they do have an open bar. Alcohol's free. And I met all these amazing humans that were doing amazing things, and I didn't think a surfer from Cherry Grove deserved to win a national award. And when they said, here's the alcohol's free, I'm like, okay, I'll take another one. I didn't think they were going to call me up on stage. So when they announced my name, I'm like, okay, I got to sober up real fast. But nonetheless, it was such an honor to get a national award, because I thought about all those people you saw in that video that deserved the award more than me. It was for them. And all the recognition that you guys are getting, that you're getting, all 12 of you tonight, you know, it's not for you, it's for the people that you are helping, and it's for the people that are helping you achieve that award. And you're not a fraud. Because you accomplished something amazing of bringing those people together. I love you guys, and let's unite, and let's really do what they want us to do. Let's multiply good. So thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to you tonight, and I just cannot wait to see your videos, and I can't wait to see who goes to the Chocolate Factory, who gets the tour, and I hope, like me, you get those awards. My wife has them right there. I'm going to show you what they look like. I never get to wear them. I never get to wear them because it annoys people if you walk around wearing an award. You know, they don't think you're humble, but anyway, so you get 3 of them if you go all the way, right? There's like, the local one is like this bronze award, right? That's a big deal. It's prestigious. I was so excited. And then whoever wins tonight gets like a silver. And that's this one, right? And then if you go to New York and you get the big one, that's the gold one. So this is the first time I got to wear it like tonight. Thank you guys. I love you all, and I cannot wait to see your stories. Thank you. Let's stand together.
Things that I love about all of you is exactly what Luke just embodied, the humble spirit. Almost every single person in here who I presented an award to at some point in the conversation has said, I don't deserve this. But you know what? That's what makes you so special. You do what you do just because you love others, and you truly are world changers, like Luke mentioned. And I just want to give you a quick little shout out and congratulations. After 5 times in a row, the wheelchair basketball team, the Coastal chairman, won the regional title just recently. Part of Coastal Adaptive, the adaptive sports program that Luke is a big part of as well. And as he just mentioned, we are getting to share each of your stories today. So without further ado, I would like to start with our January award winner.
My family was uniquely placed in our faith and in our community in a way that we had the resources and the internal strength and the faith strength to be able to push through this. Although very difficult, we live with it every day and we continue to grow and evolve every day.
Morgan Elvis and her Myrtle Beach family survived an ordeal no family should ever have to endure. Her sister Heather was taken from them, allegedly murdered, in December of 2013.
At some point you have to, or at least I had to, look inward and say, this isn't fair. Not the situation, but it's not fair to my sister. Because she didn't have a choice. And she missed out and is currently missing out on so many things in life. So you have to make sure that you show up when they can't.
Even when it's not easy, Morgan has learned to do just that through determination and perseverance.
Trauma isn't the thing that happens, it's what happens in your body afterwards. And I did compartmentalize and take a step back, and I didn't allow myself to feel. And that damaged me irreparably forever.
Morgan now uses her personal trauma and loss to help others going through similar situations, working with over 34 organizations to help people of all ages and backgrounds deal with things that she's all too familiar with: grief, depression, and PTSD.
I wouldn't change what I do for the world. I think it's what I was meant to do all along. But it is my own duty. At the end of the day, the best thing that is fulfilling.
Morgan says she has volunteered over 2,000 hours in just the last year alone. She's a guardian ad litem, which allows her to advocate and to be a voice for children in the court system. She serves as a grief liaison for families for the Ronald McDonald House charities. She's an advisor for children's trauma curriculum with the South Carolina Department of Children's Advocacy, and a field director and keynote speaker for the Q Center for Missing Persons, and has accumulated dozens of certifications in this field.
I now work as a nationally certified victim advocate. I specialize in missing persons and high-profile crimes, and I make sure that nobody has to sit alone on their couch whenever they're hearing the news of what happened to their family member, and they never have to sit alone in court.
All while pursuing a dual degree in criminal law and criminal justice.
I do work in the behavioral analysis field to better get answers for victims, to better provide closure, and to better help re-implement reform and rehabilitation into the criminal justice system.
While Heather Elvis has never been found, 2 people are serving time for her kidnapping.
I spoke up during my victim impact statement in court that I forgave them. And I did. And I still do. I actively wake up every day and I have to forgive them. Because once you forgive, they can't take anything else away from you.
Morgan says she is acutely aware that her life could have taken a much different path after losing her sister. But in giving her pain a purpose, she knows that she's investing in a bright future for herself. And she hopes to help others do the same.
Circumstances often impact the way that you function. It certainly did me. So I think if I'm in the field of giving back, if I'm in the field of community service, if I'm in the field of a helping hand, I'll be happy no matter what job I have.
Morgan Elvis has gone from surviving to thriving and is multiplying good in honor of her lost loved one, showing up wherever and whenever she can.
I showed up. And I made a difference for the little girl I used to be. And I know that if I was accountable to her, if I had a look on the face, I would look at the same face today. I would be proud of the work that I've done.
passionate empathy, and she shows that by giving back to those in need every chance she gets. But her nomination for the Jefferson Award still came as a surprise.
It made me feel good to know that what I'm doing for the community is being noticed.
While working on her degree in sociology at CCU, Megan found a passion in serving others, mentoring in Horry County schools, volunteering for the South Carolina Guardian Ad Litem program, representing children's best interests in court, and working with Eastern Carolina Housing Organization, a program providing housing assistance to veterans.
I was able to work with homeless veterans and really see the need within the community. And so that's when I said, I need to be able to reach out on a different level and an individual level and see, what I can do to really help a person stabilize themselves from inside out.
In 2017, Megan opened Good Vibes Therapy Center in Myrtle Beach, where she now provides counseling services to children, adolescents, and adults. In just 7 years, she went from a staff of just one to a business with 14 staff members and providers.
But what we like is that we're all diverse and we have something different to bring to the table. So if I can help a person, then I am well assured that one of them will be able to.
It's not just therapy that she shares with community members. When she hears of a need, she mobilizes her crew.
To know that somebody maybe looks forward to coming in and getting a prom dress because their family, was just strapped this paycheck and afford to buy a dress. To see someone that happy and thankful for something that others might overlook.
Megan recently started a community closet filled with new and gently used clothes for those in need, free of charge. She also donates food and Christmas gifts to nonprofit organizations, but she says it's her support system that keeps her in the business of giving back.
My mother, my husband, my son, they have all been extremely supportive, and if it's loading up food after taekwondo practice to take down to one of the shelters, and that's what it is. They're for it.
And she has no plans to slow down anytime soon. She's setting great goals for the future of Good Vibes.
I would love for a wellness center or a nonprofit that collected funds or grants to pay for care, and then we would have mental health services for those that call that may not have insurance. There would be funds available to cover that. So in 10 years, I would love to, have this wellness center that offers wraparound services with lots of community partners to rely on for support.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Velasquez.
Christmas Eve 2020, I was in Dublin. When my brother's young, he leaned over to get one off and shot me through the side. I was fortunate enough to get out of the woods.
But that was just the beginning of Jacob Bisecker's long road to recovery. The accident left him with a spinal cord injury, causing him to be paralyzed from the waist down.
After months in the ICU and 5 months of Shepherd, finally got home.
It was while he was at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, undergoing 5 months of intensive rehab, that he found some unexpected inspiration.
One of the recreation therapists there, he came in and wanted to hear from my hospital. And so when you're kind of sitting there thinking that, basketball, football, baseball, active sports, hiking, all that kind of stuff is gone, to see something like that come into the room, like hunting and some of the outdoor stuff that I like to do is going to be still a viable option. It kind of was really the aha moment for me.
And the first seed for his future nonprofit was planted. After returning home, Jacob, a husband and father of 3, wanted his mobility back. So he found a used track chair online for about $5,000. However, an A new all-terrain chair can actually cost up to $15,000. He and his wife saw a need in their own community.
What do we start running these out? Just even in Hartsville, so there's so many people just without running into in town that knew somebody that could benefit from using one of them.
So they started working to find a way to loan out the chairs free of charge to anyone with a mobility challenge.
Kind of started putting some things together to make it more formal, that you need to get all the insurance and pieces of place, and then started loaning out chairs, raise money for family and friends, and in the first 2 months we had 2 more chairs, and just kind of grew from there.
The inspiration for the name came from a song that had given both Jacob and his family comfort during the most trying times. Waymaker, off-road wheelchairs.
So that was kind of one of the first ones that came to my mind. I was like, that's really perfect. The chairs really being able to take people places that they can't otherwise go without.
Making a way to some places even they could have never imagined.
And so it was an outdoor wedding that they recently laid loose gravel and stuff everywhere, and she couldn't get around in her power chair. So we found her like a week before her wedding, got hooked up and drove the footroom chair that we found her.
Little did they know, this new mission that he and his family were on would make even more ways for them to find healing in the journey.
For me, it was never really a question of why me. When everything happened, it was more like, why not? If somebody else was in this particular situation that didn't have that faith to lean back on. It could have sent somebody else to a totally different, dark place, but we got a good family support system.
As for hunting, well, he and his brother are once again enjoying the sport they both love together.
I think it's definitely helped him with his kind of, dealing across the sea of the sea and dealing with a lot more things more than I did. I felt like his side of the journey getting over a lot is a lot more difficult than mine even, but definitely able to be with him and do some of the things we've been able to do has been really good for us.
And so has Jacob's eternal optimism.
Makes it a whole lot easier to drag a deer or something too.
Waymaker just purchased their 10th chair, and their ability to multiply good knows no limits. Their goal is to have a chair in all 47 South Carolina state parks.
If it went nationwide, I also wouldn't complain because there's a lot of people out there with mobility challenges that could use really the fresh air and just kind of the healing assist that brings.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Bonsacker, and I am also so excited to announce, since this story aired, you're up to 21 now, 21 wheelchairs. So you only have right across the state for this time.
Getting back is a family affair.
My mother always gave. She would bake and cook and provide and teach and minister to people in the community. And as a rebellious teenager, I said, I am not going to be like that lady. I'm going to follow my daddy's footsteps, who loved to party and laugh and talk and just hang around and go, I want them. But God had a plan.
And that plan involved taking her from the big city life in Philadelphia to the beautiful backroads of Horry County, serving her community as the wife of a pastor.
I wanted to be a preacher's wife to sit on the side and look pretty.
But she had far more to offer, and says God put her to work. She teamed up with fellow pastor Cheryl Adamson with Palmetto Missionary Baptist Church, where Reeves is currently the associate minister. She was instrumental in the success of a not-for-profit, faith-based ministry headquartered in Conway, Palmetto Works Community Development Corporation. She serves as program director for Palmetto Kids Music and Arts Academy, which is a free after-school enrichment program, and the summer camp as well, which is open to all.
If you would like for your children to attend our summer camp program, give us a call. Send us an email. If you would like for your children to attend our after-school program, give us a call. Send us an email, text.
The price?
Free 99.
difference Palmetto Works is making in the lives of so many is absolutely priceless to her.
Through the program, we have seen families leave from affordable housing, buy homes, get college degrees, and their children graduate from high school, and just the growth has been magnificent.
We're described by the person who nominated you and said you provide guidance, you provide love for the youth, and that you are to them a mother, a teacher, a spiritual counselor, and a disciplinarian, all rolled into one. Whoever they need, that's what the training will be for them.
Oh, wow. I thank God that someone sees that in me, and I pray that that I continue to live like that.
This mother of 5, grandmother of 15, and great-grandmother to 8 says it's her family that keeps her motivated to help even more people, and she has no plans to stop multiplying good anytime soon.
So I would like to see us in that community, in a building with resources like fresh food, education, training, all under one roof. And I can see it. I can see it.
Reverend Reeves, come on up. We've got a free 99 medal for you. Come on down, Cindy. And by the way, I also want to mention the boutique that she now has at Associated Charities. I actually shopped in, found a great dress in, and it is amazing. So, I did, so go shopping in her boutique.
conditions to multiply good in her community.
I have one that today I'll never forget. I was working at a group home, and I wasn't really familiar with the DSS policy and the children. One day I was working, a little girl, 12 years old, she was like, well, what do you think I should get? A couple of shoes or a backpack? I looked at her, I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, I only have money for one.
What Julie quickly learned is that foster children receive only $100 every 3 months from the state for clothing and other necessities. And she realized that she often spent that amount on one outfit for her son.
That's not okay. I can't change state policies, I can't change that. But I can change that. That little girl got a shirt, she got shoes, she got everything she needed that to get.
The idea of what is now Julie's Kids was born, an organization to help supplement the needs of foster children.
So we started off with, I wasn't Julie's Kids, and I'm just Julie. I'm just Miss Julie, yeah, I have friends. So we started off, we just made a raffle basket and put it on the edge of our local bars and just sold raffle tickets for the first year.
But raising money wasn't the only way that Julie realized that she could make a difference in the lives of local foster children. She even had a bigger plan in mind.
Well, I worked for DSS, but I only had high school diploma at that time. So I encouraged myself when I got my associate's, bachelor's, and double master's, and it became work for DSS now. And I also am the director of Julie's Kids, which we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we sponsor all of Horry County Department of Social Services kids.
Nearly 2 decades later, Julie's Kids has provided for thousands of kids over the years. Last year, they supplied 250 brand new backpacks for foster children. But it's not just the tangible gifts that Julie and her army of volunteers provide.
We're working on trying to raise money for back-to-school shoes for the kids. So last year, we provided every teenage foster child in Horry County a brand new pair of shoes. So they stepped up on that school bus on that first step. They had the same brand new pair of shoes as everyone else did. So, I mean, that really helps with self-esteem of the kids.
I love though that you talk about self-esteem because that is a definite impact what you're wearing. That has a huge impact on maybe how you perform during the school year.
To be honest with you, it will be. It will help some where if they go to school, you get picked on. Are you going to go to class or are you going to skip class?
So whether it's those back-to-school supplies to help kids feel confident in the classroom, Easter baskets, weekend cookouts, or Christmas presents, Julie wants to make sure these kids know they're loved.
We're not all lucky enough to have a family. And these kids are in the care for whatever reason. There's so many different reasons, different aspects, and it's not the child's fault.
And it's that love of family and community that keeps Julie going. And while she might be the ringleader of this nonprofit, she is quick to point out she'd be nothing without her ring.
Little River is my main, that's my mother hub, that's where I live. The town of Little River, the American Legion, Postway 86, they adopted me from the get-go.
And she keeps it fun in fundraising for her crew. From poker runs to wacky rabbit parties to silly golf outings, she feels blessed by the support that local businesses have provided her and her organization, and by the countless number of Julie's Kids who have left an imprint on her heart.
I still get thank you letters, and some of my kids are growing out of those, so reach out on Facebook to me, send me messages that, thank me for them being where they are now, and which is really awesome.
And Julie just showed me a picture earlier. Come on up, Julie, of all the Easter basket supplies she just finished assembling. And I think you just had over 200 people at a golf fundraiser, correct? Putt-putt.
Miniature golf.
Miniature golf, 200 people. Amazing.
Shalonda Dees is currently a grant project coordinator at Florence Darlington Tech, helping students reach their full potential. But long before she took on that position, she got a calling.
And passionate about mentorships, passionate about connecting the dots for others. So everything that you're doing is about being a resource and connecting people to their yes.
Growing up in the tight-knit community of Northwest Florence, she was surrounded by family and community members
that made it their mission to make a difference. She named her nonprofit in honor of one of them.
Okay, Lava School Corps is a nonprofit organization. It stands for Illuminating Lives by Showing Success. And so basically, it's named after one of my grandmothers, and it's to enhance our community. The three pillars are basically health, education, and community engagement.
From hosting events on mental and medical health concerns to honoring unsung heroes, Shalonda leaves no stone unturned, and no cause is too small. When she sees a need, she gathers what she calls her village and gets to work.
I saw that this is the need for, to help students in the PD area with their traumatized. Other states, other cities were doing this.
But she also wanted it to feel extra special for PD students, giving the winners of an essay contest a makeover from head to toe.
Everyone worked together and we were a village and we made their dreams come true. And it was very good.
I literally was to say that's like a dream moment for so many people to have all of that come together and to make them feel worthy.
Yes, yes. I wanted them to just enjoy, don't worry about anything. Let the load be on Shalonda, and everyone else that helps with my village.
Her village grew a little larger when she was able to bring the community together to beautify a bustling area in her hometown.
So I saw this in LA. It was red when they see Hustle. They did a new opening on the basketball court, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do this in Florida, South Carolina. How do I do this?" Although I'm not an artist, but I know I'm an artist.
And the decision to move forward with this project was a slam dunk.
We had local partners to come out to help us out, and a lot of the community came out. We did our first basketball court in Northwest Park, and it was a success.
And her crew plans to finish 2 more parts of the PD by the end of the year. Shalonda Dees finds joy in helping others and in multiplying good anywhere she can.
Just happy that other people are getting their flowers, and I want them to continue to get their flowers. And if I'm able to make a safe space, a free space for people, in order to make sure that they're getting all the tools and resources that they need to be successful, that's what I like to do.
Shalonda, come on down. And one of the things I loved about your prom event, and we touched on it there, she literally got these folks, they had their hair done, their makeup done, accessories, shoes, the dress, the whole 9 yards, and literally made someone feel like a princess for the night. Come on down. Yes, that's right, sorry. They didn't get as many cool accessories, but you still took care of them too.
She works full-time as a mother of 4 and is a woman on a mission.
The mission is to be able to have a youth group where these girls can express themselves freely without being judged. And be able to talk to people the way they're supposed to, and be able to stand firm on what they believe without having a chatter or somebody trying to point them to do the wrong thing.
It was with that goal in mind, just over a year ago, that Charlene gathered other like-minded women and formed the nonprofit Girls with Knowledge Mentoring Group. And one of the ways they're empowering these teen girls is showing them the importance of leaving your community better than they found it.
We want to be a positive impact on the community. In order for them to be a positive impact on the community, they got to have positive people standing behind them. And that's my goal, to be that positive person standing behind them. They're going to do all the work. I'm going to push them, but they're going to do all the work because they're our future. They're our future nurses, doctors, lawyers, teachers, preachers, possibly. So whatever I can do to make their life easier and have that positive impact, I'm going to do it.
In the first year, these girls have logged over 600 community volunteer service hours, from back-to-school fundraisers to prom dress giveaways to volunteering with after-school programs at Purnell Community Center, where we caught up with them. This group of mentors and their future leaders are already being noticed and praised by current community leaders.
these are the kind of young women that actually come back to our community and make a positive impact for others. So really, they are truly multipliers.
Another part of the population that they're focused on serving, their senior citizens.
What's been the most rewarding thing that you've done? I went to the nursing home. That was like seeing all those people just smile, which I know that they probably haven't done in a while. And it was really heartwarming.
The smile that those girls had when we walked out here, it was just like, I want to keep doing this forever. They don't know, but I need them just as much as they need me.
And another reward for Charlene, hearing from parents about the transformation they're seeing in their daughters.
So a lot of parents will call me and say, you know, my baby has changed since she's been in this group. She want to be better. She want to do better. She want to be somebody. And that just, that's all I need to know.
So whether it's teaching the importance of community service or coping with the challenges of being a teen today, Charlene and her group of dedicated mentors plan to continue multiplying good by empowering young women with self-worth, a substantial work ethic, strong values, and solid goals.
But we're going to do whatever it takes for our life to shine. We are, like I said, a sisterhood. Whatever the need for is $12 I want to be here. We don't see color, we don't see race. We see heart. And that's what it's all about. The heart. Just being able to love and support anybody that we can.
Charlene, come on down. One of the cool things about this job, having done this for several years now, I love, first of all, that we have some past award winners here. But yesterday I was actually doing this month's award, presenting a medal, and the next thing I know, Charlene is on FaceTime, and so we're able to chat. And it's really cool to see this network really coming together, and so many of you making a difference. So, congratulations.
Inspired by his own father's faith, next, Freddie felt called to lead people in a different way, and he became a pastor.
But one thing you always say, God makes the way. And you trust God. I thank God for that. I thank God.
Freddie and his wife Diane, who is still by his side today, have weathered many storms together. Most recently, a health scare that impacted Freddie's communication skills. But early in their marriage, they suffered the greatest loss any parent can.
About 30 or 35 years ago, we lost our son to the ocean. He was swimming, and anyway, he drowned. So then when I go by his room, I had to do something to fulfill his room. So then I got into foster care, and I started taking care of kids.
For over 40 years, the Moonies fostered dozens of children, oftentimes the children who were abused or most difficult to place. But Freddie and his family were ready for them, stocked up with love and prayer.
He couldn't speak. He couldn't call a name. But you know what I did that night? I picked him up like this and put him to God. I said, God, you can do it.
Freddie says within days, that child was speaking again. And today, many of the children they fostered have families of their own, but still consider the Moonies family too.
Ray, we call Ray, and he was here.
They still visit.
He still comes, Daddy, how you doing? I'm good, man. I'm right here.
And making others feel like family is a gift that Freddie still readily shares.
it makes me feel like I'm very special. And that's how it is. Freddie always tries to make other people feel special. And that's what I love about him.
Freddie calls Linda Wright his sister. She often cooks for Freddie and his wife, and he joins Linda creekside for a little peace and tranquility when they both need it most.
I didn't think I could make it when I lost my son and my husband in such a short span of time. He was God's son, he really was.
Freddie Moody is the epitome of kindness, multiplying good quietly but powerfully every chance he gets.
He's just one special man, and he has so many people that love him, and I don't know what I'd do without him.
And he has no plans of stopping,
Maybe what you say on
no matter what life throws in his way.
God, nobody but God.
Reverend Moody is one of the most impressive people I've ever had the opportunity to interview. As I mentioned, he has such a quiet, soft voice, but he has a spirit that speaks louder than anyone I've ever heard. And what you couldn't see is behind the scenes, other people showed up to tell me Freddie just loved them when no one else would. Freddie came by and was the first person to welcome a lady to Merle's Inlet, and she didn't know anyone. But he truly is just the epitome of kindness, and we are honored that you're here today. And by the way, this is the only person that Ed Piotrowski has ever told I had to give a Jefferson Award to. So Freddie, that may be bigger than winning the national award.
Another source of strength, Michelle found comfort and inspiration in other breast cancer warriors.
So I have a very dear friend named Jamie who went through it with me. Unfortunately, she had metastatic, so she passed on.
And while watching her friend lose her fight, Michelle was determined to let Jamie's legacy live on.
You know, she fought the battle, and it isn't that she lost the battle, it's just that the treatments overcame her. So in her honor, I continue it.
As she celebrates 5 years as a breast cancer survivor, Michelle Apple is multiplying good by educating, advocating, helping pay medical bills, and forming special bonds with other warriors. And she has no plans of stopping.
Don't let breast cancer define you, but let it inspire you to help others. And that's what it did for me. So I want to continue that.
Michelle could not be with us here today, so we will make sure that we get our medal to her. Just really quick, Michelle, you saw the care baskets that she puts together, the care bags. My photographer that happened to be with me that day, it was the very first time she had ever shot one of these with me. We, unbeknownst to me, her aunt had just been diagnosed down in Charleston with breast cancer. And it was the most powerful thing to see her able to get one of these bags to share with a family member. So it's a full circle moment. And we thank Michelle for what she's doing in the community.
Missy Settlemyer inherited her servant's heart, and she is grateful for the role model who showed her how to give back.
The one thing that our mother taught us was to love unconditionally, and that she showed us with absolutely every fiber of her being.
So when Missy saw a need in her community, she got to work.
So, Jennifer, this is our food room. It's the food that keeps on giving.
And so does Missy, as well as a group of volunteers in the Wings Ministry. They saw a great need for supplemental food for children, and their Backpacks Full Blessings program was born.
So we started with 35 children, taking the bags to the school, and now we're up to over 400 each week.
The concept is both simple and powerful. They work with schools to identify students who are food insecure. Then they prepare hundreds of backpacks full of food. Children are given those packs on Fridays, even during the summer, to take home, ensuring they have proper nutrition when they're not at school. And the impact can be life-changing.
When a child goes without food over the weekend, for instance, it'll take a child 2.5 days to retain information. It also can affect their motor skills when they're not provided with the proper nutrition.
This ministry and mission are particularly important to Missy. She remembers her own mother's struggle as a single mom, supporting her and her sisters.
I do understand what it's like to have to split a sandwich 3 ways. And so I know that that is one reason why the food ministry has really been laid upon my heart, because I can relate.
And she hopes to help other families in need now.
You and I, we get hungry, right? And we have access to get the food. But food insecurity, those folks don't understand or really know where their next one's coming from. They have to make choices. Do I pay my light bill, for instance, or do we feed our family? So we hope in some way that by sending home the food that we're allowed to send home for the children and the families, you know, that it helps lighten that burden.
Missy and her core crew of less than a dozen not only provide for children in southeastern North Carolina, the Grand Strand, and the PD, they have also helped start similar programs in multiple other states.
You just sense a need in your heart, and you get drawn to that, and there's always been like a divine connection that's made. Other needs besides the food are shoes, coats, Bibles, blankets.
And speaking of blankets, for the holidays, the Wings Ministry is providing an extra layer of comfort for children with a blanket drive for over 400.
So it was always a desire of my heart to send them something home at Christmas time outside of the food, just to let them know that there's hope, that someone loves them.
As intimate, her mother Evelyn would be thankful her daughter is passing on now. Faith and family remain at the center of Missy's life, giving her the opportunity to continue multiplying good far beyond her own community.
I honestly have to give that credit to the Lord, because I would have never been able to fulfill what we've done without the faith.
Missy Settlemyer, come on down. She may be small in stature, but her heart could fill this room, and the amount of supplies that you collect could too. So thank you.
Tucked away in a corner storefront in downtown Myrtle Beach is a cozy coffee house. The sign reads fresh brewed, but it's what you can't see at first glance that truly warms the heart.
I just kind of naturally fell into helping just because of my love for community and people, and just I think I was created to be in this space.
That was 14 years ago. And now Kate Curran is the executive director of this faith-based, nonprofit community coffee house, where a simple cup of joe is served daily. But here, it always comes with a heavy dose of compassion.
As far as like our coffee bar goes, we do coffee on suspend. And so people can pay it forward. You can buy a $2.50 cup of coffee for somebody that may not have the money on hand at that time. So pretty much anybody can come in and get one free cup of coffee.
Kate soon realized the community she felt called to serve often needs much more than that. So the building and the business evolved.
And then the food is free pantry, which is grown a lot. We realized that we were feeding people already on the weekends because work was been on Saturdays and Sundays, and the community kitchen is closed.
That led to a partnership with Helping Hands of Myrtle Beach, a local food lion, and the Knights of Columbus, allowing Kate and her crew to provide more food for those in need. Before Kate knew it, the coffee house began to fill her needs as well.
Well, the first time I came in here, really, it felt like home to me. And being a child of my mom, I grew up with my mom, and she is mentally ill, and she's homeless to this day. And, it kind of, you didn't have that going home for the holidays thing because she was not necessarily, had a place or anything like that. And so I felt like, well, then I'll just create my own.
And she's done just that. This past Thanksgiving, they served nearly 350 people in one day. Next on the menu at what they call their free hallway, clothing and clean restrooms. And they allow their dress to be used for people who don't have their own.
We get to see the people come back and thank us for, whatever it is. It's like I needed an address so I could get my birth certificate, so I could get an ID, so I could get a job.
While Kate revels in the joys that come with her role, she also sees a lot of heartache.
One of the most frustrating parts is when people come and ask you for help and you can't get them help. And typically that's mental health and or thinking of a detox or a rehab. And if they don't have an identification, there's not a lot of things that you can do quickly. We had a friend that asked for help, and he ended up dying because we were waiting for his birth certificate.
And those heartbreaking moments motivated Kate to take another step on her mission to make a difference.
The changes that need to be made are on a higher level, and they're on a policy level. And so that's why I chose to know Roswell as an extension of this place.
A place where multiplying good and serving compassion to her community is always on the menu.
I just want people to know that other people care about them.
Kate. And we also want to send out some special good luck vibes for you. She did take her LSAT, and you've got about 4 weeks before we find out if you passed the bar exam, before she finds out if she passed the bar, so we're believing that you did. So again, can you see why this is my favorite part of my job? Before I have the honor of announcing this year's regional winner, really quickly, if you were a past winner and you are here this year to support this new class of Jefferson Award winners, will you just stand really quickly for us, please? Thank you all so much for coming and showing your support again. So without further ado, luckily, I didn't have to be the one to make this decision, but we do want to present now our regional winner for this year. Is there anything else we need to do before we make this grand announcement? Nope, this is it. I'll do my own little drum roll. If I can have Luke and Rick both come up to make this announcement with me. And so is this our, I think this is, no, remember you get a different color, Luke. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for what you do in the community. You're changing lives and you are changing the world. And if we could send all of you, we would, because you're just so amazing. But we could only choose one. And we would like for you to help us congratulate Jacob Bisecker. With Waymaker Off-Road. These two gentlemen had never met each other before they were both awarded the Jefferson Award. And now Jacob goes to Luke's Wheel to Surf events and brings his off-road wheelchair so that people can use those on the beach while they are waiting to go surfing. And this is just one of those moments that warms my heart. And we are so thankful for what you do and for the inspiration that you provide so many, Jacob. Thank you all again for being here and making this such a special day for us. We couldn't do what we do without you, and I just want to thank Rick and his team again. We truly appreciate your support and allowing us to continue this program. So thank you again, and please continue to network. There are so many different groups that I want to kind of connect before we go. But again, thank you so much, everyone.